Brady, how did you sleep last night?
Slept great. It was one of the best sleeps I've had in a long time. So, it was just waking up today. Can't believe today's the day.
What does it mean to you, playing the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. All those times in the driveway, many sticks, you think about scoring the game winner in a Stanley Cup playoff and in a big game, and to finally be here, it's surreal. And there's so many people that have been in my life that, all that credit goes to them, and I'm really happy and lucky to be sharing this opportunity with them. My teammates, staff have been here since my day one, and the fans as well. Everybody's excited, and it's going to be awesome.
Did you get any advice from your dad or your brother?
Yeah, plenty. But no, I think their biggest one is just enjoy this experience. This is your first of many cracks at it, but just enjoy every high, every low, and everything that playoffs has to offer. It's as you already even the little things coming out here and seeing the rally towels and being a part of it, and it's surreal. So just gonna take that, have a great nap today, and be ready to go.
When you were standing on the ice with your brother in June in Florida, I remember you saying, "You know what? This is what I want for Ottawa." How does it feel that? I mean, it's the initial step, but you got to make it to be able to make that dream come true.
You gotta have to have a good regular season, which we did, and that's something that will forever be etched in my brain, and that's the joy that I want to experience, and to see it up close, personal, and of course to have my best friend be able to win it. It was something that pride is not even the right word. So it was an unbelievable feeling, and to have our first crack at it, and this environment, this series, and can't look past the opportunity of Game 1 tonight.
What if anything did you learn about yourself at the Four Nations?
What's that?
What if anything did you learn about yourself at the Four Nations?
Just love the big games. Love the intensity. Loved just honestly got addicted to that feeling of playing in those big games, and of course it was different. Playing for your country and the pride that's always there, and representing yourself well on that stage and doing it for your country was a pretty amazing feeling, and it's something I'm looking forward to be able to represent Ottawa and all these big games coming up here.
What did you learn about Austin Matthews playing with him at the Four Nations?
Just how, of course, just watching him and playing against him, how hard it is to play against him, and just his professionalism, his leadership really stood out to me, and it was a lot of fun playing with him, but it's going to be a fun series to play against him.
Brady, I'm sure. Brady, guys, our room is open right now. Anybody who wants to speak to David Perron is in right now.
Brady, I'm sure you've seen the highlights of the original Battle of Ontario. What do you think about that when you see the physicality, the drama, the tension of those series 20-plus years ago?
Well, it's a little bit of a different era now with saw a lot of the physicality, the fights, the grabbing of the face and neck areas. So I don't know if you'll be seeing that much this series, but what really stood out to me was the pride from each cities, and pride from two great franchises and two good cities there. So it's what you dream about, and I know it means a lot for both these cities after 21 years that we're facing each other again.
How are your parents going to follow you and Matthew in the playoffs? Usually it's one brother in and everyone's kind of following him, but with you both in the playoffs, how's it going to work for mom and dad?
Yeah, well, they got the Stanley Cup experience last year, so they're all on the Sens right now. So they'll be following us around, and two very, very important, probably the most important people in my life that have done so much for me. So for them to be able to support, Game 1 and come along this ride, it's going to be special to share that with them.
Brady, both you and your brother have a great skill of towing the line, being competitive, being able to get under the other team's skin. How do you judge staying at that line and not going over it, especially in the playoffs?
To be honest, I'm just going to be myself. It's just another game. So, of course, there's more intensity, but I'm just going to. There's nothing really I need to change. Just going to play the way that I need to play and do whatever it takes to help this team win.
What do you expect that first shift to feel like after so much time?
It's definitely going to be exhilarating. I'm not going to lie to you, but for me, I think this mindset that I have and our team has, it's just I know it's a whole new experience, but it's just another game, and just we gotta just do what we got to do, and not all of us need to do anything extra. Just play the way that we need to play, and give ourselves a chance to win.
You guys drew more penalties than any other team this year. What allowed you to do that? What is it about your team?
I mean, when we're playing our best, we're holding on to pucks in the O zone, and a lot, basically all the forwards, there's tough to get off the puck, so we're always around the net, and usually penalties happen in that scoring areas. So for us, we just got to get there, and it's a whole new experience. So we don't know what the calls are going to be like tonight, but whether they call a lot or don't call much, that we're just going to be able to play our game and not worry about that extra stuff we can't control.
You like the underdog role kind of coming in?
I mean, I think that's they're best team in our division, and of course we're a wild card team, and from what I've been seeing, everybody's got the leave, so it's important for us to be that underdog role, and I think that's when we thrive at our best. Is that a lot of people are counting us out, but the belief, trust, and faith that we have in each other, it's something special, and I think it's an opportunity for us to grow together and enjoy the experience.
Pretty good Craig Berube memories.
No, he's a phenomenal coach, great human being, always had my back when I played for him, and I think it's a relationship other than for the next couple of weeks here that's always going to be around. I have a lot of respect for him, a lot of hard conversations with him too throughout the time when he coached me. Not always pleasant, but at the same time I would always leave the room or the meeting excited about what's ahead. He's the type of coach that prepares team well, and same with his assistant coach. I had them too, and they dissect the clips and the tapes really good. They adjust well game to game. We're gonna have our hand full, and we're gonna have to be ready.
What's the best advice you can give to the guys in this room that have never played in the Stanley Cup playoffs before?
Well, I think it's write your own story too. Like with this whole story about all these guys not playing yet, but you got to play eventually, and I think we have the type of group that's built to play in the playoffs, and we can win in different ways, and we can create our own momentum, hopefully with our physicality, and we're going to try and establish that.
Do you like being the underdog? Brady was just telling us it seems like everyone's picking the Leafs.
Yeah, I mean, they're the favorite for sure. You look at the standing and how great of a regular season that they had. Again, top to bottom, the skill level that they have on their team, their depth forwards and all that. It's a pretty special group over there, and I think we're ready for a test too, though.
How do you beat them?
Well, I think just play our game. We did a good job in regular season. I think it's a whole new ball game tonight, though. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes tonight. We're going to try and establish our game early on, and you'll see what happens tonight.
David, would you say about Jake Sanderson and just the way he's been able to pop this season for you guys?
Yeah, he's great. Sandy's one of our better player, and a guy that's when you haven't played with him, you don't know too much about just yet. But I think the league's kind of about to find out about him more in playoffs. And for him, he scores a lot of points for us. But I think it's everything, defending and the way he's positioning himself is pretty impressive.
When you say that the group's built for the playoffs,
Yeah.
what specifically do you think?
Again, I think we can win different ways. Like, we have guys that can bring momentum in different ways, and obviously it starts with our captain, Brady. When he brings his physical aspect, he can really impose his will out there. And I think we just feed off that. All the lines, we have physical guys like Ridley Gregg. I want to get in the corner myself, win puck battles. I think we have a lot of skill guys too ourselves, and I think that's what's exciting. We're pretty solid depth-wise as well.
What do you remember about your first playoff game?
Vancouver, we lost in 4 games, so we'll see what happens. But they had the Sedin brothers there. Kevin Bieksa probably cross-checking me 50,000 times over 4 games. Somehow we became buddies. I don't know how. It's an exciting time. You play your whole life for this, and kind of the old saying, like you're not in the NHL until you play in the playoffs. And I think that's why it's exciting, even for me. I haven't been around for a couple of years in the playoffs, and I'm really excited about it.
Travis, you got a lot of guys making their playoff debuts. What's the biggest adjustment, or what's the biggest change from regular season hockey in your experience?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the intensity level goes up, all areas of the game. We got a bunch of guys that are new to playoff hockey, but that's the exciting part of it.
What do you
Your personal recollections of the Battle of Ontario being on the Toronto side. Being like from a player perspective.
It was fun. A lot of fun. Hopefully it's fun again.
Brady,
Wait, are you laughing at Elliot?
Only just the way you delivered that.
Brady's been waiting a long time for this moment. What's
Yeah.
your sense of where he's at heading into the series?
Yeah, he's like the rest of our group. He's excited to play. I mean, you have a goal going into the season. I think it's a little different for each team when the season starts. There's certain teams that they know what their goals are, they know where they're going, and then there's certain teams that are trying to build their game and get a chance to play for the Stanley Cup. And he's a big part of what we've been trying to do, where we've been trying to go, and I'm excited for him just as much as I am for everyone else, though.
He's a focus, obviously, in the league for meetings and that. What do you guys look at Matthews, Martin, Nylander, and how you try to keep them in a box or whatever?
Yeah, you're talking about elite players in the NHL. They're, when you talk about the top players in the league, those three names come up a lot. So we're going to have our hands full. We're going to have to check well and be aware when they're on the ice, much like, it's not something new that we just talk about because we're playing them in the playoffs. We talk every time the Leafs play, they're being spoke about in the other team's room.
I guess what worked against them this year?
Yeah, I think much like our season, we don't rely on one player, two player. I think we're a team. Like, we need everyone to play well, and we've had buy-in as far as everyone committing to the way we need to play. And you talk about the intensity of playoff hockey. That's part of it. That sacrifice, that commitment, and we're going to need that again.
You've seen lots of Jake Sanderson tape before taking that job. What have you seen from him this year? What's allowed him to pop and how important he is for what you guys do and sort of let the defense kind of settle?
Well, I knew Jake was a good player coming in, and the exciting thing for us as an organization is he's still young. He's still getting better. I think we've seen his game progress as this season's gone on, almost from month to month, a different level. Leading up to the Four Nations, I think, then him getting a chance to play raised his confidence. And, there's a few guys on our team that we could probably say the same thing about, that their game has kind of evolved since we're not a team that's, we're still improving our team. And our players have improved as the season's gone on, and he's one of them.
What about Toronto finishing first, how much do you as a coach lean into the underdog role as a sort of motivating?
Yeah, we don't talk about it a lot in our locker room. I think, with the way media is today, you don't have to. There's no secret that, most of you in the room probably picked Toronto to beat us. And, but in saying that, we have a lot of inner belief in our group. And, still got to play the games.
What about the Maple Leaf system do you think is going to be the biggest challenge in this series?
Well, they're well coached. I know Chief, and he's done a good job with his coaching. And, when you're talking about a team that finished first and won the division, they've got a lot of areas that you need to worry about. Not just the scoring, which everyone knows about, but they can defend well as well, and their goalies played remarkable this year. So.
We noticed him getting line rushes on the fourth line, but what could a guy like Matthew Highmore bring to you guys in this series?
Well, he's a big part of our penalty kill. He's fast. We can move him up and down the lineup, especially on the road. When they have last change, it's important to have guys that can kind of move around a little bit as far as certain matchups that you're trying to get on the road.
Because it's playoffs, how often you come in this building now and think of your double overtime goal many years ago?
Yeah, I don't know if I specifically think about that, but I have fond memories of this city, of playing here as a Canadian kid, and there's every time you come into the building, it takes you back to certain memories, and it still does.
Obviously, there's a lot of attention on this series, but from your experience as a player and now as a coach, is there ever a chance when you're in it for those involved to get a mental break? Would you hear about it when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the gas station, or is there ever a chance?
Yeah, there's pressure. I think especially in this series, there's outside pressure, there's outside noise. I remember it, you know, from playing here, how much pressure there is. And, you know, that's the exciting part, though. I know, you know, for our group, it's exciting.